Yeah, it really helps if you turn the mic on. Sorry about that, guys. You're missing out on all my wonderful commentary there. No. We good though. We good. Also, that makes sense. Yeah, no, it was just me being an idiot. So the only thing that you guys have let's go. The only thing that you guys have missed so far is me saying this is of course in honor of Electric Fish Tank, a very good friend of all of ours. Hey, what's up? Right, we're gonna try and get these sync a bit better. Oh, look at that, perfect sync now. Beautiful, perfect. There is slight buffering though, that does keep happening. The latency has become a bit of an issue. Okay, so Castle 1, both players taking it slightly safe. Both getting 280 though. 280 is pretty decent for the safer straps. 281 is normally what people would be aiming for in RTAs. RTAs just being speedruns that include resets. A race, however, can't reset, so probably not going to want to try and save half a second if a death is the other option. Definitely makes a lot of sense to try and play it a bit safer. Maybe not go nuts and try and save a couple of frames. Hopefully the audio levels are fine as well. I think they are. I've used the same settings as previously. So yeah, at this point, basically tied as expected. It's always going to be really close out of World 1 unless something drastic happens. Beautiful sync. Absolutely love it. Well, their connections can desync it in the sense that if one of them is streaming at a really high bitrate, and my poverty internet can't keep up with it, then it can desync in that sense. Also, if their connection's bad, it desync, but I think we're all good now. Nothing too much to say about this level, obviously. The fastest way to complete it is just to fly over it. Flying being the fastest method of travel in this game, well, in general, I guess. Okay, so DS1. Most players, including these guys, will have this down pretty well. The only thing, though, is it shouldn't be underestimated. It's quite easy to take a hit and lose your cape, which would be, you know, not a good thing. Definitely not. Very nice dry room for both of them. Damn, that 550 bitrate though. I remember those days. I have since improved, but gotta do what you gotta do. Ooh, very nice DS1 for Storster. Also pretty good for Roopert as well. I mean, they were both pretty decent. Probably wanting at least 250 out of DS1. Storster getting a 51. 52 being optimal, but it's very difficult. Ooh, so close. Look at how close this is. Next two levels, unfortunately, are viewers, are flyovers, though the start of the next level isn't the freest thing. Now, it is pretty easy, but I've seen a lot of people mess it up. Hopefully both get this. A bit close from Storster, still gets it though. Roopert very comfortably getting the fast flight. Data caps, that's a very good thing. Going through about 200 gigabits a month would make any data cap pretty unfortunate for me. Roopert having slow fly, that's another sort of aspect of flying that you gotta look out for. Whenever you take off and start your flight, you will be assigned a random speed in the sense that you can't reasonably predict it. And while in the air, the runners will be tapping right along with tapping left to fly in order to try and improve their speed. Ooh, I see. Hotspot can be pretty interesting. Again, Storster with the better flight speed. That has helped give him a bit more of a lead. Alrighty, apologies for that. That will be the last of my interruption. Yeah, so well spotted. The strats that Roopert did in Castle 2 were old school, a lot more difficult, just grabbing the spring, but so far this has been a really, really good race. The only thing putting Roopert a couple of seconds behind would be flight speed. Not sure whether he's just getting really unlucky or what's happening. They're both getting 261 here. Yeah, Storster makes a very good point. Sometimes just chatting can help relieve any nerves. Ooh, though Storster having a bit of an incident there. Started trying to pump before the descent. So it looks like Roopert will be in the lead for now. That is pretty unfortunate. Hopefully, hopefully that won't cause any issues for the mentality. Sometimes tilt can be a bit of a factor, but it looks like Storster's pretty comfortable, pretty happy. Okay, so vanilla fort. What better than a fort with a water level as well? Just gotta hold right, don't get hit by anything. And even though in general this level's pretty easy, there will be a couple of slight optimizations that they will be going for potentially. There are a couple of places you can get hit as well. I'm gonna try and avoid that. Wow, this is pretty close. Probably about 2 seconds in this. Probably not even. Oh, thank you, buffering. That's really nice of you. Let's see if we can get this resync. Had a really nice thing going on there. That fixed it. Nope. Gonna try this again. It doesn't seem to want to sync. I'm sorry about that, guys. You saw me pause and unpause, but just isn't wanting to play along. Though Storster is streaming for 8 viewers. Yeah, that's Starworld Tournament. Bit of a blast from the past. I mean, I say a blast from the past, 2015 barely being, well, not even half of my speedrunning time, but 2015 for a lot of people is pretty old school. Gotta get those 1-ups, don't want a game over. Yeah, I agree, that was a really good turning. Yeah, some pretty good memories there. I think the only SMW community tournament I missed was the All Castles one. Ooh, gotta love that Vine swag, that's really nice. That is really nice indeed. That should be an insta win, but unfortunately swag doesn't count for very much. Yeah, I remember you from a long time ago. Pumple? Yes, unfortunately, I have subjected myself to this game from late 2011. Also, I suppose before that, my first speedrun of this game probably would have been in the early 2000s, though that was before I was aware that speedrunning was a concept. I just wanted to beat the game fast. As a kid, I felt really smart. I was like, oh, you could beat this game really fast. You can just go to Starworld and boom, beat Bowser. Yo, welcome BK. This is where I get to use my really awesome emote that BK gifted me. The best emote. At least it can tell. No, Andrew G is the Andrew G of SMW. He was actually good, you know, before it was actually a thing, being good. Yeah, Storster went for fire strats in room 2, of course, because Rupert is an old school madman, goes for all the strats. He just used cape. Somewhat reminiscent of Castle 2 as well. Going for the old school strats. Oh no, that's unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Well, it's not the worst thing that could happen, I'll be honest. He got the fire kill, and that fire kill is the most important one. saves like 12 seconds if we're not doing it. So probably will try to pick up Fireflower in the next level, Forest Evolution 1. Nothing too major. So far, just 2 minor incidents for Storster that have cost him the lead. Otherwise, this has been pretty much perfect from both runners. Get a timestamp on this now. I think there's about a 5-second difference. And we do get more. Yeah, about 7 seconds. It all depends on whether Storster grabs Fireflower and whether it's fast or not. We'll see. Roopert does have a slight advantage by having a Fireflower. He doesn't grab the Fireflower, just goes on without it. I mean, unless he was considering easy clip, which I would guarantee you he's not. He will not have a Fireflower going into Castle 5. So assuming the rest of this goes well for Roopert, he does have that advantage over his lead already. After Y2, clips, gotta love clips. Just hopefully for both runners this goes well. Yeah, unfortunately that was a bit low for Roopert. Storster has a very good opportunity to catch up here. Oh no! That was... Oh, he's gonna kick himself over that. Oh, that's really bad news. That's really, really bad news. The only small advantage, it's barely an advantage though, is he has an opportunity to grab a Fireflower now. See if he does. He does grab that Fireflower. Yeah, Roopert has a very substantial lead at this point. This level isn't easy without clips. It's never easy regardless, but yeah, I'm very sorry to see that happen. Roopert, for the meantime, will just be making his way through Y3, no issues whatsoever. Also happening very, very close to that Rip Van Fish. Very easily could have been Rip Van Kid. Well, it's not all over yet. It certainly isn't. We've seen leads of 2 or 3 minutes being squandered well past this point, so not saying I want that to happen, but it could happen. Castle 5 shouldn't be any issues, but it is something that can be quite nerve-wracking. Roopert getting it, no problem though. Was on the closer end, but handled it pretty well. Roopert looking to be in a very good position here. Assuming Storster has no issues in the upcoming castle, I think Roopert will have about a lead of 50 seconds-ish, maybe? Okay, castle 5. Okay, very comfortably through there. Yeah, so even... Ooh, damn, that's unfortunate. Storster just not having very much luck with the really tiny things. So yeah, I was going to say, even though World 5 was less than ideal for Storster, it's actually still quite close. I know it seems weird to say that it's close, even though there's about a minute difference, but It'd definitely be naive to say that Roopert has this. On the other hand, Roopert does have quite the advantage. So Roopert making a very good decision in my opinion there. Grabs that Unicape. That is definitely worth something. Oh, also, just while I noticed in chat, Squibblers, thank you so much for the donation last time. I noticed that, obviously, you donated just as the stream was ending, but it is appreciated nonetheless. Also, if people are wondering what I'm talking about, Zero Maverick is running a fundraiser for a scholarship, based on EFT. Sorry, I'm having a mind blank. I'll just post the stuff in chat. So yeah, it was based on his obituary. The obituary was this here. I will admit that if you're a bit sensitive to that, maybe not look at it. It's very upsetting, in my opinion. You can donate there if you're interested. We're keeping track of that in Discord. About $470 total at the moment. I have a goal of 500. So just if you're curious, that's what I was talking about there. Also, while I was saying that, Storster had a couple of issues in Ghost House, but very good recovery. Okay, so vanilla or chocolate secret 1 for Roopert. Looks like he's okay. Interesting. Could have been risky. Well, they are out of sync by 2 seconds yet. Unfortunately, I did try to resync it earlier, but the streams were fighting me somewhat. Okay, so we still have quite a bit to go here. Things can happen, but as I mentioned earlier, Roopert does have a pretty nice advantage here. If he had any nerves or worries before this match, or going into this match, he probably would be feeling a bit more comfortable now, but Castle 6 has been known to cause a lot of issues. We'll see if he goes for Crusher Skip. Doesn't bother with the Crusher Skip. Not really a big issue. It doesn't actually save that much time, assuming you get the cycle he just went for. Very nice room 1 from Roopert, other than lack of Crusher Skip. And, you know, even if he intentionally didn't go for it, I don't blame him. It is quite consistent, but things can happen, and there's probably no point trying to save 1 second if the other alternative is losing your lead. I imagine Storster will go for Crusher Skip. Yep, gets it. Very nice. As you can see, Crusher Skip compared to no Crusher Skip just gives him that slight advantage for running there. Oh, he mentioned it? Yeah, that makes sense. See, one of the things I had mentioned previously with Roopert is he's a very, very good racer, and that shouldn't come to a surprise as anyone. His decision making in racing is absolutely perfect, in my opinion. I try to make a lot of good decisions in races too. Often I would see people just go for every RTA strat, which sometimes is not recommended in a race. The point of a race is to try and beat your opponent, not get like world record or something. So, Roopert making some pretty decent decisions, and that's probably one of the other reasons that Roopert has quite a good chance of winning here. He's not going to be putting himself in situations that could potentially lose him this lead. But Rupert's done hundreds of races. I mean, so has Pat, but Rupert's been doing it for quite a long time. Yeah, unless you're Louis. Louis probably considers anything that isn't a 32 to be a bad run. Yeah, possibly. Ooh, speaking of which, we have a semi-final coming up between TNT and Louis, and that'll be tomorrow. I have to double check. We do have a time for that. But we'll discuss that just at the end of this race. But that is pretty cool. Orb. Lackluster orb. I will try harder next time. Well, again, it will be an interesting race. Of course, sorry to say, Louis is the favourite, but it's not like he wins 95%. Actually, I don't know, it's Louis. He might win 95% of the time. That's the thing. Race variance exists. TNT actually has a decent chance. Oh no! And having said that earlier, about not risking that lead, he did sort of go full speed into that Mega Mole, which, you know, can cause you to get frame ruled and lose a cape. So we've got an interesting event that's happened. Even though Roopert doesn't have cape, he'll probably most likely be able to easily pick it up in the next level. Shouldn't be an issue. Should maintain his lead, but can create an interesting dynamic. Looks like he is aware of no cape strats, which really tends to help. Doesn't grab a cape there. He might even attempt to go on capeless, which is definitely an option. He can grab a cape in this next room as well. Yeah, looks like that's what he's going to do. It is possible to grab this cape for free and still get cycle skip, but it requires you to do 2 cycle skips just to get the one. This will be the first one. Gets it is always pretty close. And yeah, congrats on the free cape. Well, when I say free, I mean free compared to never going for sandbar. If you intend on going for sandbar, getting that cape isn't free. It would be recommended to get room 1 if you were wanting it. There is a possibility we're going to see Storster go for Crusher Skip, or not Crusher Skip, Sandbar. But, yeah, that's one of the reasons going for Sandbar. I don't blame him though. I wouldn't go for it, but that's because I suck. Storster on the other hand doesn't suck, so yeah, fair play. Maybe at a chance he'll go for it again, but might just be a bit demoralized at this point. Yep, decides to opt out. Count me out of that. I mean, okay. Getting getting thrown about by those platforms, never fun. Though I suppose the one thing that Storster can take away from this is even if he didn't go for sandbar and didn't die, probably would still be behind by about 15 seconds. Sorry, 15 more. For him not to go for sandbar, being behind I'm getting everything mixed up again. In Valley Advisor 2, we'd just be hoping that somehow Roopert would die in Fort, but no such luck for Storster. Storster had a pretty good race last time. Roopert definitely being a very, very solid favourite here to... Ooh, okay, nice recovery. Could have been an issue. Ooh, but gets that skip, or that cycle skip very nice. Nice ending to Valley Fort for Storster, and potentially, most probably, very nice ending to the tournament. This will be the last race for one of these players, and it stands looking like it will be Roopert that'll be taking the victory, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. Ooh, taking the pity shroom? No, you don't take the pity shroom. Though actually, saying that, I took pity shroom in my race because I was actually small Mario in my first race. I was thinking, you know what? I've got a 2-minute lead. I'm going to take the pity shroom. I don't want to get it. Yeah, I was just thinking that, T1000, I'm not looking at Roopert splits, even has them up, but this is probably quite close to PB. Now, that was an unfortunate 5th hit for Roopert. Does still get the 6th hit though, very nice. And that is going to be a 34... I think that was actually a 34-10, I think on the lid split. Yo, that's a PB. Oh my god, dude. Yo, congrats. A 34-10, or maybe 11, but I think it was a 10. Pretty damn good. And that's actually tying my PB. Very nice. And no, I didn't get my PB in a race, so it almost counts more for Roopert. Oh, we get to see the Storster strat. That always pretty cool. It always looks like it's going to be missed, but he's very, very consistent with it for his thing that he does. And joining us, Roopert. Yo.
Hello.
Whoa. That was a pretty good run.
Overall, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to talk about that, I guess. I'm a bit speechless, actually. Not that I would expect anything different. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a 5-second PB, so pretty pleased with that, actually.
Yeah, I'm not sure, like, were you watching the restream?
No.
It was interesting. It was basically 2 seconds apart until clips. Even though you got a second try, bad things happened for Storster. But did continue pretty solidly. I imagine Logie, we will be getting him joining us shortly as well. But, you!
Hello.
That was pretty interesting, to say the least.
Well, first off, let's just say, screw Yoshi.
Hello. That was pretty interesting.
That was something. Well, I think I've learned my lesson about, clean clips.
Sorry about that. I was getting double there since... Right, go ahead.
Yeah, but, GG Roop, I definitely did learn my lesson about Yoshi clips, I'll tell you that for a fact.
And
then the sandbar was just kind of a last-ditch effort.
Oh, you tried? I didn't watch the restream, so
I just tried it once. I'm like, if I get it, cool. If I don't, whatever. Nothing to lose really at that point.
Okay. Yeah, it's always unfortunate when the clips is a pretty big determining factor in a race.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm happy with that run besides that, and in a way, I'm kind of happy that I'm just done so I can move on to other stuff, but I'm also pretty happy that I was able to just get through all these matches, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, I'm satisfied.
Getting to LR5 is a pretty big achievement. That is top 12. Obviously, no surprise, Rupert. Just race experience gets you this far. I was talking about that earlier, and in terms of some of the decisions you make in races, I think pretty damn good. It's what I would also aim for, and yeah, that's why I put you well above your seed. Like, your PB doesn't reflect how much of a threat you are in races.
Yeah, I think he's been playing for a while, and he's definitely the race guy. I definitely think he's a lot better in races, I'll tell you that.
Yo, that castle too, though. That's pretty old school, but I'm a big fan of that strat. Just, I don't know.
What did he go for?
I did the Cecil fly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
nice.
Yeah, it's I can do the springboard strat, but I'm a little more comfortable doing the Cecil fly strat. So for races like this, I'd rather stick with what I'm a little more comfortable with. So yeah, I was pleased I actually managed to pull that off. I have a pretty good success rate, like when I'm practicing it, but sometimes it's under the pressure of doing a race and stuff. But I managed to pull that off, so I was pretty pleased with that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, with the amount of races that you've done, it'd be reasonable to think that going into something like this, and even though it's fun as well, that you wouldn't have nerves. But did you have any nerves at all?
Yeah, I always do to an extent, but
nearly always. Yes.
I do my best to try to mitigate that the best that I can. I mean, having a lot of experience definitely does help.
Yeah.
As far as because pretty much most of the time in races, something's going to go wrong, and the biggest thing is you got to let that not get to you, and just continue on and do the best you can.
I think out of all my races, this was probably the least amount of nerves I had, because I mean, I think overall I did pretty well, minus the sandbar def and, the Yoshi clip. I felt pretty alright. And after that I was like, alright. I mean, getting this far into the tournament, if anything, it's just like, okay, push through, whatever. I've already been satisfied getting this far, so it's not like there's really anything to lose.
It would have been really, really interesting had you got, say, first try clip, because I'm thinking at that point you wouldn't have went for, you probably wouldn't have went for sandbar.
Well, I wouldn't have went for sandbar. That was the last ditch effort. I told myself I would only go for sandbar if I absolutely needed it.
But it probably would have been very close to tying, if not. That said, Rupert did still have the advantage. Just a couple of small things happened, and didn't actually give you very many opportunities, which is something you want in races, obviously.
Yeah, I was watching the restream, like, oh god, this is some good competition. He was doing everything I was doing for the most part, just neck to neck with the strats. And yeah, it was definitely a good competition, and I believe that was a PB for you as well, so GG.
Yeah, not a lot went wrong in that. Let's see, I didn't get the clip the first try, but I still saved time on that split, and I was about 15 seconds ahead, but I'd lost my cape to one of the moles on VD1, or VOB1, rather. And my last hit on Bowser was kind of sloppy there at the end, too. I lost my power up and so forth because I mistimed it. But aside from that, most of it went really well. So I was kind of surprised on how well I played, actually. But
yeah, that that's the second time I called it FY1. That Valley of Bowser one, it was interesting in the sense that had you not known New Cape strats, it could cause a couple of issues, but you seem so comfortable with it, which doesn't surprise me. It's always nice to be able to sort of switch up the strats if needed.
Yeah, things happen in those. I mean, No Cape No Starworld strats, I mean, are good to do in any case, but I've had enough things happen in those few levels that I'm so used to having to do it so many times that it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was very, very impressed, and I thought it was probably going to come down to the wire, but obviously, as Storster knows, unfortunate things happened. Just one thing,
I
basically.
learned my lesson. I definitely did.
I mean, you haven't been hard on yourself, that's for sure,
Nah.
but I wouldn't be, even if you were tempted to be. So,
Oh, I am on the inside, trust me, but it's like, whatever. It's like, I don't really mind. It's like, it's I'm just happy I got this far. I mean, it's awesome to see how much I've improved over a matter of like 2 years, because I originally joined the community for the 2015 No Starworld Tournament, and I was out losers round 1. So to see myself get to losers round 5, if anything, that just shows how much I've improved over the past like 2 to 3 years. So I'm pretty happy.
yeah, I'm sure you're both aware of this, but coming up, at least in terms of names, very, very difficult match. Either East Sten or Truman. They'll be playing. I don't know if actually they've arranged their match, but it should be soon anyway. So I'm pretty excited for that because a lot of people would, rightfully probably say, "Oh, Sten or Truman have this," but I think you could cause a real upset. Probably shouldn't even call it an upset because you're more than capable of doing it. So I'm looking forward to that. The same would have been for Storster as well, but yeah, very good race.
Yep.
I'm glad that you've had a lot of fun, Storster.
If anything, I feel kind of better in a certain way that I lost, because now I can just kind of focus on some other stuff that I've been wanting to do. Because it's kind of hard to juggle categories around with tournament and stuff, so now I can kind of focus on what I want. So I'm pretty satisfied. I'm not really complaining.
Yeah. Well, just while you guys are here, I guess I just want to thank you, Storster, for the work. It has been appreciated. You've sort of been doing what Twitchmaster usually does, just come in at the last moment to save the day whenever everybody else is dead or something. So
and even though I'm out of the tournament, that doesn't mean I'm done. I'll still be around to help. So.
Well, this was match 70 out of 84. Coming up tomorrow, we have 2 matches. One very big one will be the semi-finals between Louis and TNT, and then we also have Maestro and Chab, which good luck calling that. That one's basically 50-50. So, congrats on the win, Roop.
Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to this next race. Yeah. Okay, that's us done. If you have anything else you guys want to say, feel free. Otherwise, we can sort of move on here.
I think I'm good.
Alright guys, thank you very much. Thanks everyone for watching and the support as always. It's been appreciated. I'm just going to post one thing in chat if you guys want to keep up to date with things. It's the EFT Discord. It's got basically everything. Oh yeah, I suppose mentioning times would be a good thing as well. But yeah, if you join the EFT Discord, that's got everything there. But tomorrow's match is 6 p.m. EST for Louis and TNT, and then let me just get the time for that other one. Somewhere. I think it's 7 p.m. EST. Oh, sorry. Or yeah, it is. Oh, and actually we've Aaron and mostly tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST as well. I forgot to add that. Alright guys, that's my diatribe done. My rambling. Just gotta check one thing. Sorry for the dead air. I'm still here. Okay. So if you want to see more, just head over here. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing, but I know he will be staying live.
I'm doing 96.
96?
Yep.
Ooh, very nice. Are you like doing
Yeah,
art?
so- yeah,
Alright
art
guys,
tools.
thank you very much.